Good morning, film fans. As I promised, I'm going to be doing a little bit more, a few more reviews of LGBTQIA plus movies. One of them that I like is the unfortunately named Boy Meets Girl from 2014. I've said for a long time that I'm kind of sick of seeing movies in which trans people are either portrayed as tragic figures who die at the end or exaggerated stereotypes like, outrageous drag queens. Why? I kept saying, why isn't there a movie where a trans person is just a normal person as presented as having a normal relationship? And this comedy rom-com actually does that, and that's a rarity. As I said, it's from 2014. It's called Boy Meets Girl, and the tagline is "Love transcends." Love transcends gender, and the words trans is in red. It stars Michael Welch, Michele Hendley. It's directed by Eric Schaefer, and also stars Michael Galante and Alexandra Turshen. It's a story about a pair of friends who are played by Michael Welch as Robbie, and Michele Hendley as Ricky, who is his friend from his school days, and they live in a small town in Kentucky. Ricky dreams of someday becoming a fashion designer and moving to New York, and she's always drawing dresses and things, and designing dresses and actually making them. But she hasn't had much success. She has applied to fashion school in New York, but she hasn't heard back yet at the beginning of the film. In a typical, somewhat cliched plot, a quote-unquote stranger comes to town, and this is the beautiful Alexandra Turshen as Francesca Duval, and both Robbie and Ricky are attracted to her, but somewhat to Robbie's chagrin, Ricky's the one who works up the nerve to ask her out. And throughout the movie, they start a romantic relationship, and you don't know why at first, but you'll find out towards the end why Robbie is so upset about it. It's not just that Ricky poached the quote unquote the new girl in town, but things progress, and it gets to the point where they're actually going to possibly be married, which would be somewhat outrageous for a small town in Kentucky, even if it wasn't revealed that Ricky was trans. It would be two women marrying, which would have been, kind of an outrageous thing, but they don't present it that way. And then at the wedding, Ricky is quote unquote outed by one of her former lovers, played by Michael Galante as David, and he basically throws a fit, and tells the very conservative mother of this girl, who she really is, and that she's trans, and he starts calling her names, etc., etc. I think at one point Robbie steps in and punches the guy out, for insulting his friend, and Ricky kind of runs off. She's kind of shattered now, and also she receives a letter saying that she was not accepted to the fashion college in New York. Meanwhile, she has designed a dress for a country singer and sent her the dress for free. And the singer likes it and starts wearing it. And the video where she's wearing the dress goes viral, and everybody wants the dress now. And so all of a sudden, Ricky's getting inundated by orders. I want the dress. Please make me one of these dresses. So she's going to make it after all. We think at a certain point that she might have committed suicide based on a video that Robbie finds in her house where she's talking about, feeling depressed and feeling bad about being trans and not fitting in. And he rushes down to the one place they used to go, which is this lake where they used to swim, and he finds her there, and she has not, to his delight, has not killed herself. But she's there, and she's swimming naked, and he says, what are you doing? Why are you doing this for? And she says something like, everybody hates me, and I'm ugly. And when he says, no, you're not ugly, you're beautiful. And she steps out of the lake naked and says, do you think I'm still beautiful? And he says, yes. And you learn that, he confesses the reason he was so jealous of her relationship with Francesca had nothing to do with, the fact that he wanted Francesca. He wanted her. he's been in love with her, since they were young, and they eventually go to bed, though they don't show you anything. It's not that kind of a movie, but they end up happy, and now Ricky is going to be wealthy because all these checks start coming in the mail for, please make me one of these dresses, because the country singer wore the dress on the video. I think it was a good story. It's heartwarming. It's very well done. Michele Hendley particularly does a good job. She has since transitioned. She's had, I should say, gender reassignment surgery, and has gone on to continue acting. I don't know that any of the others did, but one movie that you can look to, and it's fun. It's not, it doesn't hit you over the head with things, but again, it finally presents a trans person as a normal person living a normal life, not a tragic character, not an exaggerated drag queen, not a sex worker, just a normal person. I'd really like to see more of those movies that portray trans people this way, and hopefully we'll start seeing them, despite the rather disgusting anti-trans environment in the United States at the moment.